Hello, everybody. For those of you who watched my last attempt to beat the Demon King, you will know that it was unsuccessful. And so what I was going to do today was actually beat the Demon King, which I eventually do. If you want to see the winning battle, skip forward to 39 minutes in the in the video here. And but you know, I left in my trials and tribulations. Because I thought that would give an opportunity to go over some of the different tactics I learned and so on. So the first thing I'm doing here is I'm actually using a faith spell, a cleric spell, a miracle, rather, as they're called, and I'm using Seek Guidance. And I hadn't realized this, but what Seek Guidance does is it will actually let you summon other players more frequently. It actually increases summon signs. It kind of gives you priority over other people looking for summon signs. So, I mean, at least that's what it says in the description. It also increases the amount of messages, and that's all I ever knew it for. But I found out that it increases summon signs. Now here, I am trying to summon and it's not working. Can anyone tell me why? Just kind of notice anything about why? I mean, the game is not supposed to be showing me that summon sign. It's maybe funny that when you cast Seek Guidance, it shows you summon signs. There we go. Now it's not there. So it kind of updated. And I'm looking for summon signs here because I had forgotten one crucial aspect, which is that you need to be embered. So I didn't realize that at this point. I'm just kind of playing around with my rings and, trying different build options and trying things out. And then I think I realized pretty quick here, oh, okay, I need to be embered. I think I realize now when I go up to here, yeah, there we go. So, and then I go back to attempt another summon. Okay, I'll take this opportunity to talk a little bit about the old Demon King. Okay, so the old Demon King is resistant to fire and poison/toxic. So those don't really do much. I had a fire buff last time I tried beating him, and it was just because I thought it's better than no buff. I don't think so. I don't think it's really better than no buff at all. In fact, maybe no buff would be better than a fire buff. If you're a pyromancer and you have toxic mist or you have poison fog, go ahead and use them just because you're a pyromancer and you don't have a lot of other options. But ideally, you could just have a powered up weapon that's not a fire weapon, and you can use that. You can see I'm now able to summon a helper phantom. And, the old Demon King is The old Demon King is completely immune to bleed and frostbite. So don't even bother with those. You would think frostbite, maybe he's weak to, ice or something. He's not. What he's actually weak to is dark and black knight weapons. So at some point I do use human pine resin, which is a dark buff. And I wish I had saved it till I had figured out my build a little better. But, you can buy 3 pine resins at the Shrine Handmade at Firelink Shrine. Alright, here we go. Let's see how we do this time. Yeah, I didn't even bother getting my blood stain because it's at 0. Trying to get around behind him. Oh, got stuck on that hand there. At this point I'm still using the Twin Blades, Sellsword Twin Blades, aka the Wind Blades. Not so winning against the old Demon King. Able to get away from that and heal, and oh, there goes Lexa. Okay, well, you can see Cuculus, the white phantom, has poisoned. Either poison or toxic, I'm not sure which. Sometimes Cuculus does that, and it's actually helpful. It actually does a decent amount of damage over the time, but yeah, as you can see, I'm just not really doing much with the Twin Blades. Alright, we got to a 3rd health, which is where the old Demon King kind of gets extra fiery and starts changing up his maneuvers. You can see he starts doing more fire-based attacks. and bringing these rings in and out, as well as making fiery meteors land, which I'll do probably in a moment. But you can jump over it. Yeah, see, there's a jump there. I just iframed through that. But I'm not iframing through those meteors too well. A little bit. I dodged a couple of them. But see, at this point, Cuculus died. So, yeah, at this point, I shouldn't even keep fighting. I think I'm just kind of seeing how close I can go, seeing how I do. But the whole point is I don't want to beat the old Demon King unless Cuculus is alive, because, you know, if Cuculus dies, you don't get, for beating the old Demon King, you don't get the Cornyx armor set and the spotted whip, and that's kind of what I'm going for here. In other playthroughs, I've always avoided, or just didn't even know about it, getting that. Yeah, so. Okay, so what are some interesting facts about the old Demon King? You can summon Nightslayer Sorig. This is from Fex for Life, Dark Souls 3 wiki. You can summon Nightslayer Sorig to help you if you have defeated him in the hallway before the collapsing rope bridge in the catacombs. I have not defeated him there, so I was not able to summon him. Here I am. I'm kind of trying some different builds. All right, here's another one. He is poise breakable, and you can actually perform a critical strike if you stagger him by hitting his head. So I was not able to do that in this attempt. You'll see my eventual, how I did eventually beat him, or you can always skip ahead to about 39 minutes in. I was not able to poise break him. I just kind of ran up and hit him and just tried to stay behind him and stuff. He's immune to frostbite and bleed, as mentioned, and his attacks deal fire damage and strike damage, so you want to have armor that has a good resistance to fire and strike. He absorbs, let's see, 78% fire. Yeah, so you're definitely going to want to not use fire damage against him. Alright, and here I am trying again. Let's see. Just doing a little dodging. Dodge, dodge, dodge. Okay, I think I get tired of waiting for a summon sign. Oh, I guess I'm not tired of it yet. Can I run back to look for another? Oh, I guess I hadn't passed Seek Guidance. So, yeah, if you don't have Seek Guidance, try it out. You know, I've been playing these Soulsborne games for 10 years, and I never... Actually, that's not true. I tried Seek Guidance in Dark Souls 1. I just had only used it kind of as a novelty just to see what it was all about. But in Dark Souls 3, I never used it, and it seemed to be working pretty well. I mean, obviously, matchmaking is going to be dependent on a lot of factors, and it's just your pure swarm. Having a good internet connection really helps. It also helps to turn on cross-region matchmaking. You can turn on worldwide matchmaking. All right, here we go. I guess I just decided to go for it. And there I'm using human pine resin on a +4 raw claymore. I'm two-handing it because I don't quite have the strength. If you have low strength, raw tends to be better than just normal, but it does remove some of the scaling. So at higher levels, raw ceases to be a good infusion. Wow, I'm really just taking a lot of direct hits here. Cuculus comes in to help, distract a little bit. Nice. Ring of fire. Oh, got hit by that. That actually wasn't the fire ring. That was more a fire. That's called the fire glyph, where the trails of fire go in different directions. He also does a fire ring, and he'll do a meteor rain. Wow, it's, yeah. Okay, I somehow survived that. Yeah. So that's what's tricky, is you have to be ready if Cuculus dies, and if you really are going for the Spotted Whip and the Cornyx armor set, you just have to be ready to either die or use a Dark Sign. Which, I also learned something new doing this video. I learned that the Dark Sign doesn't remove your Ember. So when I use the Dark Sign, you'll see I actually go back to the bonfire embered. You do lose all of your souls, but you don't lose Ember, which is nice. Oh, look at that. I think he got staggered. Oh, but he still was able to get his meteor shower off. Meteor rain. Multiple slow flaming rocks fall towards the player with slight tracking. Yeah, so you gotta kind of start running when that happens. Alright, well, I do think that having a weapon like Claymore is preferable to the Twin Blades. Maybe if I had higher dex, the Sellsword Twin Blades would be good. Or maybe I was just whiffing too many times, but I find the Claymore to hit pretty heavy, and I like it. Now, of course, if I had a Dark Knight weapon, a Black Knight weapon, that'd be even better. The Black Knight, Great Sword, Great Axe, and Glaive do the most damage to him, as well as dark damage. So you can always... oh, you know, I never tried the Dark Hand. I wonder how that would work against him, actually. That deals dark damage. That would have been interesting. And here I'm just trying some different builds, just, you know, seeing... I did a more fire-resistant build. Increased fire resistance while still trying to keep my weight decently low. As you'll see, I eventually gave up on that, and I just tried to keep it under 70%. There are 4 categories of weight in Dark Souls 3. If you're at 29.9% or less, then you're very fast. Fast back steps, fast rolls that go the farthest distance. If you're 30 to 69.9%, you actually have the same amount of iframes. It doesn't actually increase your iframes. You just have medium rolls, and they don't take you away as far. You don't cross as much distance. You still have fast back steps. When you get above 70%, you really don't want to do that. So 70 to 99.9% is the fat rolling state. You have less iframes, slow back steps, and you have a slower stamina regen. And then at 100% or higher, you're overburdened, and you really just, you know, can hardly move. So, and of course there are things you can do, like you can equip Havel's Ring, Prisoner's Chain, or the Ring of Favor, and you can boost your Vitality stat in order to improve equip load. Okay, time to go back to Firelink Shrine. I realized I need those extra 2 Estus flasks. By this point in the game, you can have, I think, 9 Estus flasks. Might be 10. I only have 9. So if there's an extra one I've missed, please tell me.
Well, Matt, 'tis good to see ye in good health. What needs smithing this day? Pretty.
Ah. Ashen.
And I use Seek Guidance again. So yeah, as mentioned, Seek Guidance is pretty cool. It does require, you know, a slot, which is kind of annoying, an attunement slot. But if you really like playing co-op, I think it's a nice spell to have. I have never really used it, you know. I'm going to start using it more now. Just see if it actually makes a big difference. Obviously, it can't make a player be there when there's no player there. But it may at least put you to the front of the queue, which is kind of cool. It's looted from a corpse in the Cathedral of the Deep, just past the first giant, down the stairs to the left. That was a good opening. I like when he opens with fire breathing. I like, yeah, like that's actually pretty decent. Okay. And here's where I really mess it up. I just get hit a couple times and I actually roll into the fire. I roll the same direction as the fire ring is going. And just to add kind of insult to injury, the meteors rain down as the "you died" screen shows. So, but yeah, I think Seek Guidance is pretty cool. So you're going to want to find that in the Cathedral of the Deep, just past the first giant, down the stairs to the left. And you can just go on Effextra Life Wiki to find it. And it actually does say on the wiki that even when playing in offline mode, it'll reveal several messages left by the developers that are hidden until it's used. So now I'm kind of curious just to play a playthrough of you know, casting it and seeing what some of those extra spells are. Or extra messages, rather. And as a miracle, it requires 12 faith. That's not bad at all, you know. I think most players have 12 faith by the end of the game. And there's a good point on the wiki as well in the comments. Thank you to Anonymous, March 13th, 2021, who writes, "Don't know what the hate for this spell is for. This spell is a must-have for anyone that wants to summon without running the risk of using an ember only to get no summons. Only a limited amount of embers near a known PvP area. Use this and see for yourself if using an ember is worth it." I agree. And here's another comment from Anonymous, 12th September 2019. "It actually helps if you are an invaded phantom." Oh, if I see. "When your phantoms die, there's a cooldown on seeing summon signs again. Use Seek Guidance and voila." I didn't know that. That makes sense. So there's actually a cooldown timer that they set that Seek Guidance resets. So it's not going to really increase the amount of signs you see beyond what the limitations would be level-wise and weapon-wise. But it removes the cooldown. That's pretty cool. And then the best comment. Used this miracle in the Dark Souls 3 wiki opened on my PS4. That's weird. With 139 upvotes. Okay, here we go. Brutal. Really should have saved that human pine resin. But as you can see, this is my quickest build, my under 30% equip load, which required me wearing no armor at all. I do like that Dark Souls encourages experimentation with different strategies. You know, here I am trying to be as fast and light as possible while still having the stamina regen bonus of the Grass Crest Shield and still having the Claymore. And I am doing good damage, it's just taking off, you know, 35% of my health every time I do get hit. Yeah, I mean, that was pretty brutal there. As you can see, I've been hit twice, and I'm almost dead, and then... Yeah, it takes off a little more than an Estus chug per hit. So, after this I decided, well, I just have to give up on being in the under 30% category of the equipment load, and I just have to go ahead and have some heavier armor, or just any armor. I actually thought I might have a chance this time, but no. And that does it. So Cuculus died, which means I have to use a dark sign. But yeah, the cool thing about the dark sign is that it does keep you embered, which is not something that I had realized. So it actually is kind of useful, and you know, especially early game when you have very few embers. So I figured out pretty quick that I will need some armor, and doing the pajama run is not in it for me. If I were a little better on dodging. Oh, there's a summon. Nice. So let's see. Okay, Sunbro, let's see what we got here. Farron Watchdog salute. All right, here we go. Let's see. Some immediate evasive maneuvering. Those 2 hits there. Even with armor on, it's about a hit per Estus. Armor doesn't really do a great deal. Not a terrible fight so far. Got him to about half. I just buffed my sword. Kind of flubbed that roll. But he's at about 3rd health now. 3 Estus left. And he killed Cuculus. So this was actually scary for me because I wasn't ready. I meant to use Dark Sign, but then I couldn't because I first had to use the black crystal to send back my Phantom Helper. Otherwise, I think we would have beaten Old Demon King there, and then I would not have gotten the Spotted Whip or Cornex's gear. So that was a bummer. Yeah, so that kind of adds to the trickiness here, being that you not only have to beat the Old King, you have to keep Cuculus alive, and if you do have a Phantom Helper, just make sure that you're ready. I put the black separation crystal there just so that I'd be prepared in the future if that happened again, because I don't want my summoned Phantom to kill the Old Demon King, And if you're a Phantom, just be aware that if they summon Cuculus and Cuculus dies, maybe don't kill the Old Demon King, because maybe they want that Spotted Whip. All right, and this is the 4th from the winning fight. So I'm getting closer. I'm kind of learning some of his tactics and so on. Here I don't even bother getting another Phantom Summon. I just go right ahead, get hit by one of those spears for good luck, cannon spears. And I'm not off to a great start. Immediately got hit. But I've at least narrowed down on Grass Crest and two-handed horns. Wow, really just sponging up that damage. I have 28 vigor here, so it's kind of tanky for this level. It's a lot of vigor for this level. I'm probably level 40 or so, somewhere around there, and that's the recommended level for fighting the Old King. And I'm just not able to get any damage off, so I went ahead and sent Cuculus home, and Dark Signed it out of there. Now that I know that I keep my Ember when Dark Signing, it's kind of cool. It's like, hey, the battle's not going well, let's just do a little reset. A little more info about Cuculus. Thanks again to Fextra Life. So, Cuculus, let's see. It is thought that she is Cornex's pyromancy master or apprentice. Yeah, they're both pyromancers of the Great Swamp. Cuculus is the Latin name for cuckoo, a type of bird that lays their eggs in other birds' nests. Interesting factoid. And it doesn't seem there's any more information about Cuculus. Here's some info about her weapon, the Spotted Whip. The description is, whip mottled with venomous-looking spots. Favored by some female pyromancers of the Great Swamp. As its noxious appearance would suggest, damage from this whip poisons its victims, slowly but surely guiding them to their deaths. Skill Impact. Strike from the left to evade shields and deal a stinging blow that temporarily slows stamina recovery. The shackles of bondage lie deep in the hearts of all humankind. Alright, let's go. I honestly thought this was the one with how good this opening came and just getting off those hits in the tail. And then I saw Archer. Doesn't have very much health. And he died. And the rest of the battle didn't go as well. And there goes Cuculus. So once again, got the boss down to about 20% health, but lost Cuculus. Alright, hang in there, and if you'd like, you can skip ahead. At 39 minutes is where the final battle happens. Right now we have a short break. And then I come back and try one more battle, which doesn't go so well. And then it happens. And I'm able to defeat the old Demon King. Through what combination of luck and what little bit of skill I've been able to accumulate from 10 years of playing these games. Somehow the stars aligned, and it happens. And we're back. I'm just going to read the description of Cornix's set. Attire of pyromancers of the Great Swamp, particularly favored by old sages. The large blindfold blocks out unnecessary light, allowing one to observe a pyromancy's true essence. The flame reveals all and obscures all. That's for the helm piece, the bandaged helm. The chest piece. In the Great Swamp, it was customary to adorn oneself with articles of nature. Cornyx favored the use of raven feathers. Ravens are said to have once been firelink messengers, guiding the undead to the land of ancient gods. Well, of course, that's a Dark Souls 1 reference. The gauntlets. The bronze ornamentation serves to ward off evil spirits. In the skirt. This long skirt emulates those worn by witches, who are the forebearers of pyromancy. Also a Dark Souls 1 reference. The Witch of Izalith. The helm is the old sage's blindfold, which is in the catacombs with the witch's ring. And the rest of it you get for defeating the old demon king while having summoned Cuculus and having Cuculus survive the fight, which is what we're trying to do. Okay, and make sure to get hit by the ballista for good luck. And here we go. And that's game. GG, old Demon King. You bested me once more. I should mention also, when you defeat the old Demon King, you can use the soul that you get to make a pyromancy called Chaos Bed Vestiges, or to make his weapon, the Old King's Great Hammer. And those are both good options. I've made Chaos Bed Vestiges before. I like it because it's just kind of cool. I like pyromancies. It's a little projectile. It's kind of nice just to hit people as they're kind of running away. Extra Lifeless is one of the best pyromancies in the game, and I agree from what I've seen. And the Old King's Great Hammer I have not used. It looks fun. I mean, it's cool. It's definitely does a lot of damage. I'm looking at the wiki right now, and yeah, it certainly is a big old heavy weapon. Okay, this is it right here, folks, and this is the battle, so I'm just going to sit back and watch without commenting. Thank you all for watching, if you made it this far, and enjoy. not think that fight was going to go that way. So if you keep watching for a moment, I'm just going to show now where you get the spotted whip and Cornyx's pyromancy gear. And I'm just going to the cliff underside, which is the nearest bonfire to where you get Cornyx from his cage. I really like pyromancers. Actually, it was in Dark Souls 1 that I was able to I think my first playthrough was mostly pyromancer. Pyromancer and lightning spear. That was kind of as easy mode as it got in Dark Souls 1. Right, and here I am in Undead Settlement, the cliff underside. Just changing back to little fashion souls. And you're just going to want to go outside of the bonfire room and go up to the roof, just like where you went to find Cornyx. And there it is. There you have it. Thanks for watching, everyone, and good luck on getting the equipment in your own playthrough.